Whoa, wait, go look at all of your weight. You've been cooking on grade and looking for ways to shush the cause in your face. But I'm still endorsing my faith. My outlook looks in a rave. Ghost, phantom, paid soul. Hands on my place, weights in a Forbes.
She says she got a man, but I'm handsome. Surely a man with a man is dancing. Might understand where your hands are advancing, but it's unlikely you'll like I'll smash it. No, trust I'll fuck you with passion. But when I bust this love, keep dashing. Even the lust she like it lasting. So I get dressed up quick like fashion shows. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to ask you first of all, your name is Jordan, right?
Yeah.
So where's J-Kari come from?
So J, obviously, because I'm mad basic and just have the J in front of the,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kari is my mum's middle name. And it's like one of my great grandma's name.
Okay.
And like I met her very briefly when I was younger. But everyone always used to go on about how like similar we are. But even though I never met her, I can't really remember. I was like 3 when she passed away or whatever.
That's so nice.
So I just thought I would incorporate that. And I'm very close to my mum and my parents. So I just thought I'll just have that in there.
That's
so I'm like always close to her sort of thing.
Yeah.
I always thought it was like some like anime thing.
Really?
I don't know why.
Kari does it. I could imagine that being like said by like a voice. Kari. I could imagine that being said.
Yeah, exactly.
So, when did you come up with your name? Like, when did you start like your artistry journey?
Oh, there you go. Probably when I was like 16. I was always like writing poetry and stuff. My sad boy feels or whatever.
Yeah.
Lover boy from like 11. And then when I found out about Black Box as like a freestyle platform, I was gassed. I was like, oh my god, like, I could definitely do this. But I was so, can I swear?
Yeah.
I was
Everyone says this.
I don't know, but I was so shit. Like, unreal. Definitely convinced I was one of the worst rappers on the planet at one point. 100%, yeah. Huh?
Still
Yeah, still, yeah.
That's so crazy, like how your confidence has gone from feeling like that.
Yeah.
To how
100%.
much do you think your confidence elevated?
Yeah.
From then?
Mad different. It's just growth. I mean, I think it's just growing up and maturing, and just trial and error. Like it's like whenever you start a new thing, like I could try and build you that table right now, yeah. I guarantee it would be so dead.
Yeah.
But if I try doing it for like 5 more years, I'll probably make a really good one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started writing like bars at like 16 or whatever. I show a few friends and they're like, yeah, keep going, mate. Nothing. No one's going crazy
At least
or whatever.
no one told you to stop.
No one told me to stop, but they probably, you know what I'm saying.
There's when you first start though, there's these like backhand, like
yeah.
Looking back, they're like, oh, you're improving. You know what I mean? It's like
and
you're
the
improving too
teasing,
many
like, oh,
times.
you're a rapper now.
or like you'd never hear like, oh, the beats are good.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
literally like saying.
It's the one bit I didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started getting a bit more confident. It was like 17. I started recording some stuff with one of my friends, Adam. We would record for hours and hours on end. We never did anything with it. Yeah, like we didn't have any like proper equipment, so we made like a mic stand out of like a cardboard box and a stool, and then we like held the mic on top. Yeah, it was sick. And then
That's so nostalgic.
yeah,
Like,
proper. And we just make music for like hours and hours on end all day.
Wow.
And then started getting like 18 or whatever. I started like doing some freestyles, which were like on platforms which were horrific, like awful, cringy as fuck. And then yeah, it just went from there. Really, just lockdown happened, so I stopped being consistent. And then probably from I'm 23 now, so probably from about 21 I started taking it actually serious, and now like things are happening. So yeah, that's when I started like 16ish.
That's mad. So
Been a while now.
your passion has like grown from just passion to you feeling like you could take this seriously as a career.
Yeah, 100. The thing is, I always knew. I would always say that I was the best rapper in the world when I was like rapping out of time and like everything was so peak. But I'd always say
manifested
you believed it.
I did believe it. No one could tell me different.
Wow.
Even when my friends were like, "Nah, you're not." They would say, "You're not," but I'd say, "Nah, I am. Trust me, I am." And I kind of knew as well that I maybe wasn't. But it's just something in me is like, nah, like I am the best, and I feel like that has actually molded my confidence to a point. I feel like you need a bit of delusion, like
Definitely.
I've heard this. I've heard so many artists say that.
I feel like it's something like you need to be able to know that you can be the best rapper in the world.
Yeah.
So like when I was like proper shit, there was something in me that was like, I know I can be better than all these people. It's just like I haven't written it yet, but like I know I can write it. Like I'll write it any second now, and it'll be just as good.
Be fucking unreal.
Or it'll be better. But yeah, you got to have that little bit of like delusion in you. That's like, because like most people don't really have that. I guess it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you say it. It's like it's kind of out there, isn't it? Like, but nah, the passion was always there, and so was the belief. And even when like I told my mum, oh yeah, mum, I'm doing rapping now. It's just so weird to think about. And my mum's mad supportive. I love my mum to bits, and my dad. But my dad wasn't too like on board with it at the start. My dad's South African, I'm half South African.
Okay.
So like coming from a different background, which isn't English, he's like, what's all this music stuff? Like, what are you doing, mate? Like, what? Just go to college and be. I did go to college, but like go to uni and. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? He probably wanted that route, but then. As things started happening, more wins and more success and then I was showing him this, and he's cool as like, my dad's well cool. Now he's cool with it, so it's like flips around. It's sick. Yeah, it's calm as fuck. It's banging.
So when did you two meet? How long have you guys known each other?
On Tinder.
Grindr actually. I think 2021.
Okay, so not that.
No.
Well, no, but we didn't meet until.
No, we didn't meet. We connected on Instagram. I saw one of his freestyles. I think it might have been Tracks on Tap.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Tracks on Tap, Tracks on Tap. They shared one of Jed's freestyles or something like that, and I saw it. And back in the day, it's not even that long ago, but like if I'd see a freestyle, I'd be really critical of it if it wasn't mine, like proper like, nah, it's not good. But when I watched Jed's, to be fair, I was like proper impressed. I was like, nah, this guy's actually sick. Followed the message. We messaged for like time.
Yeah. What's mad is he was like, because with music, there's like certain people that you have like online that you speak to for ages. And you're always like, oh, you're cold, whatever. But you like don't meet them in like 3 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you were the first one that like messaged me at all.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, I was new to post.
I didn't even know that.
Were you like,
what was the first
yo, bro, do you want to go for a coffee?
Little date, lunch date.
That sounds way too romantic.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember how we first met.
The show.
Oh yeah, I had a show. I was doing a show. Was it the one that you were involved in as well? Or no? No.
Yes, that was. Oh, actually, wow. The first time I ever performed was with Jed, and it was the first time I ever met Jed. So we'd been chatting for about like. I don't know how long, probably a year, and we got a song out called Drive, and we released it, whatever. And Jed puts on shows, AGB, which is our like company. But Jed was, before I started doing this with him, he was putting on shows by himself. And I met him down at one of his shows in Brighton, performed that night with him, and then we're mates since then. He's alright. I wouldn't say he's a mate. He's
What's the company? Because I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so it's AGB. So we've put on like basically it started when I like first started, when lockdown first ended.
Right.
And I just wanted to do like a show because I'd never done a show before.
Okay,
like I started like posting my music in like
your own show. Or
yeah,
like
I wanted to perform. I just wanted to perform.
Okay.
Originally, like that's why it started, like because I wanted to perform. And then I was like asking around like different artists I knew in Brighton, like, is there any show opportunities, blah blah. And eventually I was just like, right, I'll just put on my own show.
Wow.
Best way to do it for all.
Yeah. I think so, because that way as well, like you meet so many other artists, other opportunities come from it because like promoters will show up, like, and you'll just get opportunities from doing it. So yeah, so we put on a first show, then we put on a few since, and then Jordan got involved with AGB as well. Nice. And it's sort of become like a collective and like
there's a lot more work to be done this year with it. There's a lot going on that we've got a lot of plans in place, but where me and Jed are very busy doing like our own thing and with music as well. Like it's not taken aside, but it's like, okay, we're gonna work towards this, so we're gonna do this first. But
AGB is like the umbrella
what
sort of thing.
What does it stand for?
Avant-garde Brighton.
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, a bit pretentious, I know. Avant-garde.
What does that mean?
So it's like a French word, or I might be getting that completely.
No, it is French.
Might be Latin or something. It could be some other language.
It's a language.
It means innovative creativity.
Like outside the box sort of thing. Yeah. Like not like everyone else, basically.
Okay.
What we're going for, like very, very different. Which is kind of the whole brand, and just like the whole music that goes along with it as well. Yeah. Or fucking hopefully. Anyway.
We're sort of both trying to do with AGB and our music as well. So we're both trying to move as far away from where the UK scene's at the minute in a way.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'll just say it now. It's so basic. Like, it's so insanely basic, and I'm cool to say
about it.
Huh?
What's basic about
it?
Well,
we got a list. I mean, there's. I just
how long you got?
Oh yeah, how long you got? Nah, it's like there is loads and loads of talented people and loads of platforms which are really, really beneficial for the scene. But it's like I feel like the word artist now gets thrown around so easily. Just because you rapped on a certain drill beat or whatever once doesn't mean you're an artist. Like, art is subjective, so you could argue, oh no, but his art is that, okay, let's just chill. Just because you've rhymed clown with noun and drown does not mean you're an artist, you know what I mean? And so basically, I do think the UK scene is fairly basic in some parts, and it goes down to the music and the promotion. And
there's some great artists in the, like, there's some great UK rappers, like, about 100%. Right now. But, like, in terms of, like, the popular scene, it's just like I feel like
very washed.
I feel like it's time to like move away from that drill sort of pop sound in a way. Like, I think people are crying out
obviously
for it. The fans are crying out for it in a way.
Like,
and like I get comments a lot like that on my stuff. It's like finally someone doing something a bit different, you know what I mean? It's like,
who do you think you like sound similar to, like what sort of style?
A lot of people say like Songer.
Yeah, we've had a lot of Songer. We've had a lot of Songer.
Songer?
And,
I've not heard.
Oh, he's banging. He's got an album out
cool.
the night this is being recorded, actually. Definitely go and stream that. Loyal Kana I've had, but I don't know. You know what? We were talking about this the other day.
It's the style, but not.
Yeah, it's literally, it's just, oh hey, throw your phone, you don't need it. Yeah, it's literally, it's just, oh hey, throw your phone, you don't need it. So we get compared a lot to, like, to be fair, we've had the same one in Songer, but the thing is, it's like Jed does not sound like Songer. Jed's from Devon, so he's got that accent. Like, I don't sound like Songer, but I think it's and with like Lil Kana, any artist, we just sound like us. But it's because we're lyrical and technical. And it's like there's not a lot of lyrical rappers that are actually good at it. Yeah. And because we are, maybe that's why they say, oh, you sound like, because that's the only thing they can relate to.
I think it's like the hip hop sort of vibe as well. I've only heard that the one song that you sent me. Remind me of the name.
Pride Will Win. Out tonight.
Out tonight.
Yeah, probably will be.
But I don't know. I feel like there's a touch of Mike Righteous in there.
I could see that actually.
Yeah.
Just because it's like mad open and mad honest. Like, like Mike Righteous is bare open in his verses, and you are as well.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, if you want to take it, I'll take it.
For sure.
So I want to talk about Intoxicated, your single that's coming out.
Yeah.
So this is going to be your fourth single of the year? Fourth release of the year?
I had Whoa, then I had...
I think it's fourth.
I'll go with fourth. Yeah, it is fourth.
I read fourth somewhere.
Yeah, it probably is somewhere. Fourth one of the year. I'm just trying to... just trying to stay consistent. So I pushed back Intoxicated. And I'll drop like a freestyle, which is actually coming out on Spotify tonight.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep
There's a lot of releases going on, guys.
Yeah.
Love it.
Trying to do every month now. I am just with singles.
Okay. So the first thing I noticed when I heard Intoxicated is obviously the sample at the beginning is really cool.
Yeah, cheers.
So my question to you is, did the sample come first? And did you base the title and the song around the Intoxicated sample, or did you put the sample in, make the sample and put it in after you wrote the song?
No, I got sent the instrumental. This song's really old. This song's like this song's like a year and a half old now.
Okay.
And I got sent the instrumental, and the sample was already on there. I did not make the beat, and just make that clear. I'm not that good at producing yet, and
you should have lied.
Disclaimer.
I should have lied. For fuck's sake.
Come on, man.
I heard the sample. I heard the beat when I was mad hungover, like proper hungover, and I played it really loud. I was sitting on my sofa. I remember it well clear. And the sample came. I was like, it's fucking like well relatable right now. Yeah. Talking about being drunk and shit or whatever.
So can you tell us what the sample is in words? Do you remember?
Oh, what was it? It was like the bar's closing. It was like some mad American accent, Manhattan accent.
It's like the bar's closing. I'm waiting for another intoxicated night to end or something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, waiting for another intoxicated night to end. I can't remember.
So Intoxicated came from that sample.
It came from the sample. Yeah, and it just resonated straight away. And then I heard it, and
it's mad like that. A whole song can come from one little sample.
Yeah, imagine if that sample wasn't in there.
Even like beats. Titles.
Yeah.
I write a lot just from that. Like, it's actually
the
crazy how
might
much.
Have even been called Intoxicated or something, and because of the sample, obviously.
It's mad how much influence beats give artists.
Yeah, probably
massively. Yeah,
the samples matter as well. Like, love samples. Jed uses samples as well.
Yeah, because I feel like when there's like something in the sample that was about something, even if it's a song, you know, from the 50s or something, and they're singing about something, then it's like I want to make the song about that same thing, because there's something in that music, as cringy as it sounds, there's something in that music that was meant to be used for this point, you know what I mean, like in this direction, it was meant to be pushed in this direction. So like when if a sample's about something sad, or you know, getting drunk or something, if I'm making like an inspirational song, like it doesn't make sense, you know what I mean, like
it would be odd.
Yeah, and I don't think the music works like.
No, it just doesn't. Yeah. It's like rapping about how depressed you are on a fucking like summertime beat or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So in terms of the theme of the song, obviously you're talking about some mental health that you've gone through. Do you want to talk a bit more about that?
Yeah. So I deal with something called disassociation, which is like, it's so weird. It's like not out of body, but it's like, I don't know, it's very hard to explain. It's like I could be in this room right now talking to you two, but it's like I'm more like watching it sort of thing. Yeah. Watching it happen instead of actually doing it. And it happens a lot when I'm hungover with like anxiety. I get mad anxious when I'm hungover, like anxiety, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I dealt with that for quite a while, like being mad disassociated and like knowing that, okay, I know I'm like mentally fucked right now, I need to do something. But because I was stuck in so much of like a peaceful procrastination of not wanting to act on it because I was just so used to it, that's kind of where the song came from, and just like wrote that. And actually, to be fair, writing it actually did make me feel better about it. Didn't make it go away, but it made me feel better about it.
I was going to ask you, like, does music help you feel differently,
I think,
better?
You know, I think a lot of artists were like, yeah, music's like therapy, and it sort of is, but like I wouldn't say for me personally it is like therapy. No, like actually going to therapy is like therapy for me.
Yeah.
And like actually talking, but like it definitely does help me feel better. I don't know if it's like maybe it sorts my problems out, but it does make me feel like, okay, fucking hell, I feel like a whole weight has come off my shoulder sort of thing. Like
it can be like someone to talk to, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it's literally someone to talk to. Yeah.
Although sometimes, like for me, it's like the complete opposite of therapy, because
really?
You're facing it.
Yeah, you're facing it in a way, or like maybe that is therapy. I don't know. I've never been in therapy, so I don't know.
I suppose it is therapy.
But like sometimes it's like the other day I had something on my mind. It was like this small thought that was on my mind that was like, I was like missing someone, and I was like, instead of just ignoring it like I usually would and be like, I'll just get on with my day, which is probably like a healthy-ish thing to do. I don't know shit. But anyway, like instead of doing that, I spent like the whole day like making a song about this like tiny little thought, and it just at the same time, like at one side, like I made a good song which I like out of something negative, which is good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I spent the whole day thinking about this one thought that might have just like gone. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I love it, and it's like, in terms of the therapy thing, it's like I think what's good about music when in terms of talking about like shit with like mental health or whatever, is it can turn something that's like real negative into something positive. Yeah. And you can be like proud of something.
More positive,
yeah.
Do you feel like when you're like feeling not so great, it's hard to like just sit and write, and like you just kind of want to shut off from things, or do you find it easy to write?
Well, it depends for me. It's like there's two states in a way. It's like if I'm proper feeling a bit depressed, then nah, I can't do it. I can't do shit. Like I don't want to get out of bed, let alone like write or put on a beat. And when you're feeling like that, I don't think like you have the capacity to create. You hardly have the capacity to like make a cup of tea, you know what I mean? Like so I don't think but what that does do is like when you're slightly out of that stage, you can remember like exactly what it's like, and you're able to like write about that. But you have to be, when you're in a slump, it's difficult to
it is.
For me anyway.
I wouldn't say writing is, I don't know, it is mad, because sometimes if I feel shit, which isn't too often now, thank God, but like I don't think writing is on my mind as in like I feel really shit, let me write. It's more like, nah, I feel shit, maybe I'll, don't know, go to the gym or go outside and walk or something, because I'm more I'm
TikTok.
Oh yeah, go on TikTok. I feel like I'm self-aware enough to know like, okay, if I sit in my room and play music, what I'm actually doing is I'm staying inside with my thoughts, which is what I've been
Yeah.
doing, which is what made me feel shit. So let me go and do something else, sort of thing.
That's
how
good
it
that
is
you're
for me.
self-aware to know that.
I try to be. It doesn't always work, but
Yeah.
give it a go.
So at the beginning of the song, there's a bit where you jump in by accident, like on the before the verse starts.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you meant it to be like this, to have this message, but I feel like by doing that, you're kind of reiterating your message of you don't have to be perfect.
Oi, that is so cold. I would say, Oi,
That's exactly. He was telling me that.
Yeah, I
earlier.
meant to do that. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I did not mean to do that at all. I was recording at a studio. Used to be in Guildford. It's not there anymore. And I just thought the drop was there, and I went to do it, and I thought, oh fuck it, whatever. Probably just delete that. Not even
subconsciously, you're a
it.
genius.
Yeah, well, you know. Yeah. And then I listened to it back, and I was like, oh, that actually sounds kind of banging. But that is a mad point. That is crazy.
You should just run with that.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
100%.
No, yeah, that's what happened. That's what it is. Nah, but yeah, it was an accident. I was with a engineer called Ems, and I left it in. I was like, do you think that sounds alright? I said, yeah, keep it in, whatever. Da-da-da. And yeah, it does sound good, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good.
That's a crazy point.
Yeah. This is what
Sometimes that
happens when you
stuff sounds-
overanalyze songs.
Yeah.
That's what.
I feel like I'm in like GCSE English literature. Maybe a dress was just red.
Made me feel.
There's also a part in the second verse where your vocals are muffled slightly.
Yeah.
And the beat is slowed a little bit and
Yeah.
it's kind of muted a little bit. So for me, when I was listening to the song, this part really stood out to me, and because I could hear the lyrics clearer, obviously it slowed down. Was this intentional? Like, was there a message that you really wanted people to hear in this part of the song?
Well, so my location. I was just trying to remember the verse. So the verse is, my location of me is dislocated. I want to come out of joints. So first of all, the bar's mad. So I wanted to put it in there, and then the whole kind of theme is kind of said in that. The whole theme of the song is said in that bar, like not knowing where or who you are, sort of thing.
Sorry, say the bar again. I don't want to skip.
My
past
location of me is dislocated. I run to come out of joints. So when you dislocate something, it's out of joint. Do you know what I mean? But like, and I'm referring to, I don't know who I am without smoking.
Okay.
So I wanted that to be highlighted, but Joe Gladman done the mix and master, who's mixed and mastered a lot of my tracks. He's a sick artist as well. And I think, to be fair, I don't even know if I sent it to him as a note of like saying, let me do this, but he knows me well enough now to know certain parts of the song. So no, to be fair, I've got to give that to Joe. That was all Joe. Fucking hell, you know my songs more than I do, like the artist-wise. Holy shit.
Also, in the chorus, you talk about pray.
Yeah.
What's this line mean? Because this is like a very defining line, isn't it?
So I'm not religious at all. Like, I believe there's a higher power. I feel like I know there's a higher power. I just don't know what it is. And I was referring to like times when I used to literally be so desperate to kind of get out of that mental slump. I just pray. Even though I don't really believe in a God, I just pray. And it's like, I pray I clock my patience will save my loss of taste and my sense of fading. So it's like, I really, really fucking hope that me knowing right now that I'm not okay will end up fixing me. But I don't know if it actually will, because I don't know if I'll act on it, sort of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no, not religious at all.
Yeah, that's a good point then. Like, knowing you're not okay is like sort of a good first step, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it was like, I don't know if I'm actually going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've had that
like,
before.
I really hope I do.
Yeah.
Might not.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
Because it's long.
Bare.
It's long to do something about it, yeah.
Proper.
So, can you like describe the feeling of being comfortable with the uncomfortable feeling of disassociation?
Yeah, I mean, it's
talk
fucking,
about?
it's grim. It's fucking grim. A lot of the times as well, whenever I really felt heavily disassociated was when it was raining. And so I'd always lay on my sofa, which faces a window, and watch the rain come down the windows. And I'd just get lost in that for like, literally like, I don't know, hours. Just hours and hours of laying there, not feeling anything. It was really numb. It's proper numb feeling. It's like, it's very weird. It's like you feel everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's proper, it's peak. I don't really get it anymore. I don't even know why I don't get it. But like, I just don't get it anymore, thankfully.
Wow.
But yeah, it's insanely uncomfortable, and it's degrading as fuck, because it's like, you know you're not good right now, Jordan, but it's like, I just too zoned out, or like whatever the word is, to not to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Was
So,
there stuff you could do about it? when you
That's a good
when you
point.
were having it? Did you know like there was stuff like if I
Yeah, I
exercise
could make
or something?
myself present. I could like do some breathing. Like I meditate a lot, so I could maybe go and do that. But it's like,
It's long.
fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so long.
And especially when you're like in, I've never had that thing, but like especially when you're in those states, like making yourself better, doing those things like going for a run or like eating good
Yeah.
is even
Seems
like
a
more
world
of a
away.
task.
Yeah. And to be honest, it got to a point of it was happening so much. It was like maybe I don't even want to get better, sort of thing. I'm just so used to being like this. What is the point?
Yeah, you're almost like punishing yourself in a way. There's almost a bit of like yeah,
Self-
fuck me, like oh yeah, self pity, but it's like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
draws into it. Yeah, it's like yeah, fuck me, I'm not gonna do shit.
Yeah,
know what I
proper,
mean? Like-
proper.
Yeah.
So, in one of your freestyles, your long time coming freestyle,
Yeah.
you say
Fucking
that
hell.
this is your
You've done your research, Jesus Christ.
you say that like this is your calling, like
Yeah,
music
yeah.
is your calling.
Mm.
Like when did this come apparent to you
Um,
and how?
More so like I got a routine of when I wake up, say like my first 2 words of the day, I say great rising, so it just sets tone for my day then.
Love
and I say my
that.
affirmations, my gratitude list and da. And when I'm saying these affirmations and things tend to happen in accordance with what I'm saying. And I feel like if I'm literally saying I am aligned with my purpose and things are happening which are aligned with my purpose or what I believe is my purpose, then I just feel like it's so obvious that it's my calling. And plus, it's the only thing that, like, if I wasn't doing music, I'd be doing, fuck knows, I don't know. I'd just be doing a job, which is fine to do if it's what you want to do, but it's not what I want to do. So, yeah, I'd probably just be doing nothing, sort of thing, like just existing. And I feel like music makes you feel a bit of something. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say to both of you, like, do you feel like having this purpose is like it's completely life changing to me anyway, knowing that I want to work in music. Like, there are a lot of people that don't yet know what they want to do, and like, I feel like even though it's really hard to find a career path within music and juggle everything at once, like you're needed to make money other ways. I think we are blessed in a way to know that this is our calling.
Yeah, proper.
100%. I think like a lot of people I know, and I was exactly the same before I sort of realised I could do music as like a career.
Yeah.
I was exactly the same, where I was just like, what the fuck is the point of what am
What's
I
going
doing?
on, yeah.
Like, yeah. And I think you can get stuck in like something, especially like as you progress into your 20s and you're like looking at 30 and you're like, fuck.
Getting a bit
it's
closer.
Like,
scary,
what the fuck am I
scary,
doing
isn't
here?
it?
Like, what is the point?
Yeah, it feels like life is just going like really quick after 21.
So quick.
Oh
But
my
yeah, I
gosh,
feel like
yeah.
having something, if anything, even if it's, even if the purpose is like being a good boyfriend or something, or like I don't know, like something like small, you know what I mean? Like even if it's not like this big dream, I think just having something where you're like, this is what I want to live for,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do. Like, I think that is mad.
It definitely
mad
does
useful.
help.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Although, like, I wish I
path.
could be with like no purpose. I wish I could just be happy with like.
That's some acid trip.
That is that
That'd be
is
mad.
crazy, because I feel like as creatives we're never gonna be, well, for me and a lot of people I speak to, until we reach a certain point, and even if when we reach that certain point,
Yeah, nice.
we're always searching like more, like, and when do we reach a feeling of fulfillment?
I don't think it'll ever come.
Exactly,
I don't
this
think
is
it'll
what a
ever
lot of
happen.
people
Me and Jeb were
think,
talking
Yeah.
about
like-
this, and it just there's never been a moment. Well, there has, obviously. That's so dramatic, but there's more moments where I'm like, oh, I could have got so much more done today. Even though I've done 12 hours of work, but it's still like, I don't know, always trying to
Yeah.
grasp for something more.
Yeah.
But I have learned
And it's
recently
like-
to like start counting the wins, like
Yeah, it's
even
so
like
important.
any small thing. But it's if it's helped me in a major way, then it's like it's a win, literally
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I've tried to like readjust my mind slightly, because I've always been like, yeah, when I get this and like when I do this, then I'll like be able to like have a relationship, and then I'll be able to like
think-
settle down with something, or then I'll be able to like enjoy myself a bit. You know what I mean? But I've tried to like introduce a little bit more balance.
I think
'Cause, like-
a lot of guys go through that feeling of not wanting to commit to someone until they've reached a feeling where they're happy with themselves and they're able to like provide in a certain way, whether that's emotional, monetary,
or time.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, massively.
100%.
Massively. I think
like you said, it's important to have balance. Like I think for me personally, I think everything is possible. I think there's time for anything in your life that you want to make in your life.
Yeah, true.
It's about setting your priorities, isn't it? Like you got to set your priorities, and for a while, like music was the only priority I had, and like if I wasn't doing that in a day, like there was nothing else that really like meant much to me in a way, like for a little bit. But yeah, I've tried to like introduce more priorities because as you say, like your years are just flying by, and you'll realize
at the right place.
You're never gonna be right there. And you don't want to get there and then realize, oh shit, now I don't have any of my mates. Like, my parents are better old or some
so
shit.
True.
You know
I feel like it's so easy to neglect friends. For me, especially, like, I've got a lot of mates that have grown up around the same area that I still live in. And they're literally like 10 seconds up the road. Like, literally 10 seconds. But because I barely ever see them, just because I'm always trying to stay busy or whatever. Doing work. But it's like, when I actually go and see these people, I have an amazing time. And I'm like, these are my guys. But don't make time.
It's like at the end of the day, like life is about having good moments, and obviously like music is it provides me with loads of good moments, and like therefore I love doing it, and I got to remember in my mind that's why I love doing it. I love it because I love music, I love making music, and I want to like perform on stage more and do all these things, but like I also love going to the pub with my mates. So like I've got to fit that in as well, because that's another thing that brings me happiness. So it's like it's mad important. Yeah. That's how I justify it anyway.
It's true though. You need that time.
Balance. Life is about balance, literally.
It's all about it. But yeah, going back to the song Intoxicated. So you have verbs.
On
the song.
Yeah.
So you said this song is 1.5 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
Did he come in recently, like when you decided to release it, or was it back then?
No, it was back then. Actually, I'd been listening to Verbs for time. Like the music he makes is sick, and I'd proper been like, I don't know about inspired, but like he definitely had some influence into like how I wanted to write back then, sort of thing. And I made the song, and I thought like this is sick. And I had a singer on the song before.
Oh really?
But she got signed to Sony. And I couldn't put it out because I was like, otherwise Sony were going to beat my ass or something, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to take that risk. And Verbs was on it anyway. But I literally just messaged him. Sent him a song, and he liked the song. And then it happened. So yeah, mad grateful for that, because he's like a proper like, in the rankings for me in like UK sort of thing, like technical, like lyricism, like there. He's sick. Yeah, 100%. When I'm at a level of like, certain fame or whatever, or just being bigger, I'm definitely gonna want to work with fucking smaller artists.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's based on talent.
Yeah. If you're a talented artist, like if you really, really rate your own thing, and you think, I'm gonna message this guy, and he's got 40k followers, and you're a bit like, he won't see it. Just do it, like, because if he sees it, then that's like a proper change.
The worst that happens is he ignores it. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen.
And then if so, fuck him, like, whatever.
It is what it is. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
You know, I messaged Benny the Butcher the other day, and he replied,
"No way! Shut the fuck up!"
I swear to God.
Really?
He's
like,
why did you tell
me? I wish I knew who that was.
He's like some crazy rapper that me and Jed both
He's
rate.
like,
What did he say?
He's like, yo, fam, your shit hard.
No way.
2 fire emojis.
No way.
2 fire emojis as well, not just 1.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Benny's signed.
Certified approved.
I know.
So Jed, I wanted to speak to you about Pride Will Win. Yes.
That's the one.
So you've been getting some love on TikTok already from this song, haven't you? And I have to say, she's not here, but
Brieya May.
Brieya May,
Insane.
her voice.
Her voice
honestly.
is Brieya's voice is so
it's
fucking
so
crazy.
Good.
You've got to hear it live as well.
Like, oh my
God,
it blew me away. And I think,
it almost sounds better live as well.
Really?
Like, she's insane live. There's a lot, like, there's some singers you see that, like, they sound perfect on record, and then they
see them live and it's not all that.
Yeah, not all that.
Brieya
but like Brieya's like
amazing on record and amazing live. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
she's crazy.
Very talented.
She like raps as well.
Is it?
Yeah. She's crazy.
Cool,
She's
cool.
crazy talented.
So yeah, as my first bullet point is what a voice.
Yeah.
What a voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what is your favourite bar of the song?
Ooh, that's a tough one to be fair. Good. This is gonna.
There's a lot in that. There's a lot in that song.
It's a long song.
It's a long
like
song.
it's a 4.5 minute song.
It's a long
isn't it?
song.
Good
Yeah.
yeah, but it's good to. I feel like having long songs is banging.
I-
When Jed played me
yeah.
that song first, because he was showing me the. Well, I'll let you say it later. But yeah, he showed me the project he'd been working on, and that song was the first like standout song where I was like, for me, I was like, yeah, that's like my favorite. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Proper bars in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the length is like it's a story, and I think it's reflective of like the message through the song. Like it's not just a song to vibe to, like it means something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why I think the length was really good.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like originally it was about 6 minutes, 7 minutes long.
This is
I had
fucking
another-
hell, I didn't know
Wow.
that.
I had another 2 verses for it, but I like cut off 2 verses because I was like, this is too
I
long.
bet that was painful cutting them off. Like no.
Yeah, it
my
was.
verses.
It was.
You
To
have
be
to
honest.
decide which ones you were cutting off or not.
Well, there's a certain part of the second verse where I'm like, fuck the guy with the flyers. What the fuck does he know? That doesn't actually make sense now because like there was a different
so you
part of the song where I was
reconstructed
like walking past the guy with flyers and I was ignoring him.
I never know. I mean, I noticed the bar, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
structure
yeah.
or whatever.
That's
But
that bit is yeah.
The
Yeah,
passion in
yeah.
that bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's the thing. I think there's more sort of clever bars in the first verse that I'd sort of want to pick for the interview so I could look cool and look like I'm a good writer. But
So
really,
what's your favourite?
but for me, like really, like the favorite bar is not like a bar at all. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the favorite bar is I think just the first bar of the second verse where I'm just like, I know at the minute I ain't feeling fine, but I ain't got a minute, so that feeling's fine.
Yeah,
And it's just like,
nah, that is a bar.
That is
even though
a
it's
bar.
it's not like crazy clever or whatever, but it just so like sums up what the song's
Yeah.
about in a way. It's like I was never trying to like make a song that was like, you need to speak to your friends, guys, like you know, open up. It was more just like, this is how I feel, and this is annoyingly how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I can't be bothered to fucking talk about how I feel. Like I don't want the attention, I don't want the sympathy, you know what I mean? It's like, and that whole second verse is sort of from the perspective of someone that's going through that, and that, so the whole second verse is kind of like toxic in a way. Like it's not how you should think, but like that whole second verse is like, you know, why would I complain when I got a meal on my plate and all of this stuff? Like who cares about me? Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
pushing us up to the
I
side.
Yeah.
really like the song. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Thank you very much.
I need to listen to it again, and I feel like it's one of those songs that you can listen to again and again and again, and you're still gonna get something new from it every time.
I appreciate
Which
it.
is like one of the it's the thing that makes movies so timeless as well. And like I feel like this song it will carry through as well.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and I feel like the topic of I'm fine is just such a relatable topic to so many people, and that's I think why it's done so well and will do so well on TikTok. Hasn't been released yet, and and it's already like getting so much love, you know. And I think that's like
Yeah, I think people seem to be able to connect with it, and I've got
Yeah.
you know,
It's relatable, isn't it?
yeah.
It's not like that's me and Jed. Like we just make music. Like we were making music the other day and we were playing a bunch of beats or whatever, and a lot of them were like sound like we were winning or like trying to flex, and we're like, what the fuck we got to flex about?
Yeah.
Got
The
some
beats
sad
were
beats
almost
or
the
whatever.
beats were almost too nice.
Yeah.
They're like too happy.
Got some
and
like
too-
sad beats, and there's more to write about just because unfortunately it's more like relatable. Do you know what I mean? Not like it's super doom and gloom, but like I mean, just how it is sort of thing.
Exactly. And I feel like when you're, and this is probably the first song I've released anyway that's like almost like 100%. Well, they've all been honest, but this is like the most open, I guess.
Yeah, this is a proper. open
And so like, yeah, it's good to see. Well, I don't know if it's good to see people relate with it or not, to be honest. But like, it's I think you know, being honest in your music is massively like
it's
someone.
applaudable. It's applaudable.
Well, it's also like if someone there's a few times where I've like heard lines from like Bob Dylan or like other rappers or something, where I've heard the line, I've gone like, oh, that's crazy. Like I thought I was the only one that felt that.
Yeah.
And that feeling when you listen to music and you're like, I thought I was the only one that felt that, and someone else feels it. That's like a mad, like beautiful feeling.
Yeah,
So,
When your listeners feel something towards your music, that's something that's like so much bigger than marketing and promotion, because
100%.
they're always going to return to that. You know,
it's like it's more important than
it's more important than
the
anything.
song could do 100 streams. God forbid it doesn't. You know what I'm saying 100,000, yeah. But like, if 100 of those people, 100 million, that's it. If 100 of those people say, all of them message you saying, bro, you just saved me, that's so much more important.
So much meaningful. So meaningful. My favorite, well, some of the bars that stood out to me is Head is like an essay that's due in a week.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's it's kind of like not comical, but almost like, especially with our age group and even younger, like that's something that everyone's gonna pick up straight away.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite clever.
Yeah.
Clever
It's
bar.
back to the thing of just like, you just want to put it off. So like anything that's like shit, you know it's there, but it's like at the back of your mind, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like when like some like letters come through the door and it's like some council tax, fuck it.
Yeah, you just push it.
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
Honestly,
I'll deal with it later.
I hope no people are watching that. I owe
the council.
bills.
Yeah, fuck the council.
Yeah, they're going straight under the carpet.
Yeah, fuck the council, bro.
Yeah.
What do they want from me?
Money,
probably. Yeah.
But when you say in the chorus, I think it's in the chorus, nothing really helps because no one's at the root of it. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's sort of like to do with people find a lot of bad solutions for these things, like we were talking about earlier. You know, in that verse, I'm sort of saying people find, you know, go like buy some bag or go to the pub, or they work really hard, but they don't give themselves time to actually like deal with like the problems that are
and heal
or whatever they need to do, or even think about it, to be honest. Like it's just like this constant thing of like, oh, fuck it, I'll forget about it, I'll drink, or I'll work really hard, or I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that.
To just not be
to not be like present in a way. And like, and when that happens, I feel like that's when the years just like fly by. Because you're never really in the moment, because you're just like constantly like, fuck it, I'll distract myself, I'll go on my phone for a few hours, see if that will help. So yeah, that was where No One's at the Root of it sort of came from.
Okay.
I just don't feel like anyone really knows, and like neither do I. I'm not judging anyone, you know what I mean? The next bar is like, no one's at the root and no one's me too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
exactly.
I'm not trying to fucking say people should know, because I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and fuck knows.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like people should give themselves a little bit of time to allow themselves to sort of, I don't know, get better if they need to get better.
It's just this like busy kind of like generation, innit?
It
all
is.
of us,
We're all
even us three now, are like
grafting.
always working.
Yeah.
Someone asks me what I'm doing, it's just always like, oh, something to do with work. Do you know what I mean? It's never just like, oh, I'm just gonna like saying the sentence, I'm just gonna chill and watch a film tonight or something. I haven't said that in time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
we're a generation of grafters.
Yeah.
I'm not going into the whole rising of living costs, because that's boring as fuck. But it's true. Like, we have to graft at this point.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that does have to be done. But there's also like a point where it's like, fucking hell, can I just live?
Yeah.
Like, just
let
for
me
5
live a
minutes
little, please.
to myself, literally.
It's also like a generation of like distraction. Like either grafting is as a distraction in a way, or like TikTok, or there's always
short
something
attention span.
Yeah.
Which I'm probably guilty to myself, I must say.
I can't like read a page of a book without wanting to go on TikTok. I can't really read.
You guys are
in general.
addicted to TikTok, or sounds
I'm not even. I just can't
Stick
read.
to Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jordan mentioned you had a project coming up. Can you tell us some more?
It's called Saturday to Saturday, and it's basically about growing up in Devon, being around 18, 17 in Devon, and it's about a week in the life of that. So it's from Saturday to Saturday.
So 7 songs.
Yeah, 7 songs.
Wow.
Yeah, I might actually add one, but I
It's
might
a
do that.
cool concept.
Yeah. So it's so I basically, it sort of came out of just me thinking a lot about the past, and because I grew up in Devon and I now live in Brighton, so a lot of the time when I speak to my mates from Devon, it's like I haven't spoken to them in fucking
time.
ages. Yeah, it's bad, but ages. So it's often like we'll be chatting and we'll be like reminiscing about this and that, and like all these stories. So I was just like thinking loads about all these stories, basically. They were just on my mind. So I started just to write them in songs, and ended up with a bunch of songs. And I thought, they might as well turn this into a little project.
Love that.
And yeah, the whole thing's sort of about this like lifestyle that, especially at that time, I was living, where it's just like, and I know a lot of people that live this still, where it's just like you're literally just waiting until Saturday and you feel shit. You get so fucked up on the weekend that you just feel shit until about Thursday, and then by Thursday comes, you start to feel alright again, and then it's time for another weekend, let's go. And then you feel shit again for like 4 days, but it's a good 4 day to 3 day split.
When's the project coming out?
In June.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got a couple singles to drop before then.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, project's out in June. I'm excited to release it.
It's fucking sick. It's so banging.
Really?
I've heard it a lot, and it's fucking it's banging. Pride Will Win is
that's sort of based.
That's gonna like set the tone. Do you know what I mean? Because of the levels. The levels are high, and Pride Will Win is high, and then the levels go higher. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's banging. So definitely listen to that. That shit is fucking cool.
My guy. So it's weird because the first few songs from it started like, I don't know, like maybe a year and a half ago or something. And there's certain songs from it that I've had for a while that I just knew that I needed like a project behind it rather than a single in a way. Because they weren't necessarily like single songs. So I'm excited to like start releasing albums and start releasing EPs, because I've got quite a lot of these songs that I've been sitting on for like a year or so. That are like, they're not single songs, you know what I mean? So like, I'm excited to release them, to be fair.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you love performing from what you said.
Yeah, I love performing. It's great. There's not many better feelings, to be fair. Like in terms of just like pure adrenaline, and then and I love attention as well. So I've always loved attention.
Self-confessed. I love it.
Oh yeah. I do. I've always loved attention. So
no wonder you wanted to come here today so much.
Fuck it up.
That's the only reason. Wouldn't be here I wouldn't be talking to you about the camera. But yeah.
I mean, that will lend itself to your career because.
I'm not. Thing is, I don't think I want to be famous, but I do like the
someone that loves attention. You don't want to be famous.
But everyone loves attention. You love attention. You do music as well. I feel like anyone that can get on stage and like wants to get on stage, like probably has like a little bit of love for attention.
Bit of an ego.
Yeah. Like you look at some artists don't click at first.
Performing?
Yeah, because at first you're sort of just like so nervous that you're like looking into the crowd, like, are they enjoying it? Are they enjoying it? Is that guy at the back? What's he doing? Is he buying a drink? What the fuck is he doing?
Why are they not listening to me? I need all the attention.
Got some important shit to say.
Yeah, we done a show at Brixton. Like, was it January, February?
Something like that.
Something. Oh no, it was actually late last year. And the crowd was like proper stush, and like, because we kind of noticed that, we kind of pounced on that and that kind of energy and switched up. But yeah, performing is a mad process, isn't it?
What sort of event was it?
Can't remember where it was now.
It's really like, I feel like it's so important as an artist to like go where you're gonna be received. Like, don't just perform at any random event, but be prepared for anything.
Try and get a bit of a target audience.
A lot of times people just step out to go clubbing and they think it's some club event, and then people start performing, they're like not interested. They're like, okay, I just want to drink, like I just want to listen to my tunes. I don't want to listen to like these people I don't know. And that's where like artists can be like put off, like, why do people not receiving me very well? But really and truly, people just don't. They only think about themselves. They don't actually think about, and it's nothing to do with your skill set. It's literally
and
just
especially like
that.
When you're performing, most of the time there's artists in the crowd, so they're judging the fuck out of you. Like, they're thinking, oh, I could have done that better, and I'm only saying that because I've done that. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what you do. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I don't
any.
know
I don't
about
know.
that, man. I
Because,
don't know about that.
I feel
I'm
like
always-
artists support each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I do support, but I do think
This
also.
guy.
no, you're just judging. You're just judgmental.
I am.
He's one of the worst people I've
If
ever met.
he comes to your show, guys,
No,
you
no,
better
no, no,
you
no.
better do it well.
No, it's not that at all. It's not. It's love. It's just I'm mad, like critical. I shouldn't have said that. No, but
Everyone's gonna be shook when they see you in the audience
Yeah,
now.
you got some nose down. This guy.
no.
Should we swap
I just-
seats? Like,
No, but it's proper like it's like when you listen, like when I listen to a song, at least a rap song, I critique it without meaning to. So it's like maybe I'll do that a bit when I'm watching a performance. Do you know what I mean? And I-
Yeah, you sure, mate? Yeah, sure. I've never said that in my life. I love every single performance ever.
how did you guys find working together? I know you've worked with SBK as well,
Yeah.
on WOW, but how do you guys bounce off each other?
Whenever we make
Yeah.
songs, it does flow very, very smoothly. Like
Yeah,
We have the same idea of what we want to create as well.
yeah.
So we have the same like vision of what we think good music is, like what we think like a good sample is, what we think like a good beat is, and like
quite like-minded musically. And
yeah.
I think we got a song called Lost and Ruined, and that came about like proper easy. Like he came around mine, and we just started like humming the hook, and then literally it just came so quick. I feel like sometimes it's not like when creativity's happening, it's not like you're doing it, it's literally just happening sort of thing. And I feel like those
I don't know where
moments
it comes
happen a
from
lot.
really.
Yeah, but it just those moments happen a lot when me and Jed are making music, and to be fair, we've got a fair few songs now ready
Love
to go.
that.
Yeah.
I also feel like the when you're making something with someone, which is something I didn't really do for like a long time. I was always just in my room on my own,
Yeah.
and like that was it, and it worked for me for a bit, and I think it works for like writing lyrics or whatnot. But when you're with someone else, like coming up with songs, like you sort of push boundaries a bit more, because you might like say like a
100%.
melody or like start singing something that you wouldn't usually do, but because the other person's there, like, oh yeah, that's hard, it like encourages you along. So
Yeah.
I think it like pushes you to be a bit more like creative.
Yeah. When on this song Lost and Ruined, when I first heard Jed's verse, I was like, oh, okay, like I gotta bring it because it's a fucking, and it was like a funny bar. He said, like when you hear someone else that's already done something to it, it's like, okay, you kind of like want to match that, if not more.
You
like,
get
beat it sort of thing.
reassurance from each
Yeah.
other, like, damn, that was
Yeah,
hard,
that was
like,
but yeah,
pushes you.
nah, it's proper easy to be fair. Doesn't really feel like it's a lot of like trying, it's just happening.
Yeah,
It's banging.
Yeah.
that's good. I can't wait to hear what you guys have coming
Yeah,
out.
little joint album at some point as well.
So it just reminds everyone of your release dates.
Yeah, Intoxicated is coming out May 17th, featuring Verbs. Please pre-save that because it'll fucking help a lot. Yes,
So-
sir.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Can't wait to
go.
hear it.